Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to throw, Stroud. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. Try and get in it to Nico Collins. So they're left facing third and long. Now to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's grabbed inside the 30. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying. Big shot is hauled in. Finger inbounds. Oh, what a play! Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on first. He finds space into the red zone. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for 2 here. He's throwing for it. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points.
That is a gold star effort by the defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, that's a win-win.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Dell now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
All right.
From the gun, Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. Rolling into enemy territory. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the 2 keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Now it's Stroud. Escapes out to the left. He just throws this one away.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out in the schoolyard, out on the playground, and you're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
All right.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it inside the 10. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. South, south, south. Hey, uno more. Whoa. Hey, south. Buggy.
From the red zone now. And that's a touchdown. Great catch there, and with almost no time left. Now, Brock, they're going to need a miracle, but it is still possible. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans trim the deficit down to 5. So with barely any time left, they need everything to break their way. And this kick is brought in by the Cowboys, and that should be enough to secure them this win.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. It has the distance, and it's on target. It's good! And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.
Sunshine and pleasant temps have led to a wide-open roof here this afternoon at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah! Here we go.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Yeah, here we go. I take. Here we go, 46, 46, 46.
Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, here we go. I take. Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. We're going to 54. Wide in.
Now Prescott on the move to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go, 46! Here we go, kill! 26!
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Yeah! Here we go! What do you think?
On the run, it's Dowdle. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's Prescott. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back to Mixon on first down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here we go, let's go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Look at hot. Why Tony? 11.
Throwing now is Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Here's Stroud. And is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Oh, hey. Robbie.
Again, it's Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 41 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Stroud to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
All right. Nike Texas.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell from 10 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's 2nd and 7.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go. Going to 54. Here we go. Going to 53.
Throwing. Prescott. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Yeah! Here we go!
A running play, it's Dowdle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 32-yard line.
They run again with Dowdle. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right there.
They run here with Dowdle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Prescott from the gun. Being chased out left. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And Stroud now to throw.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Pushes past him. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now Stroud. They'll roll him out right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On the quick, right? Nike Texas.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
From the 21, here's second down and 3.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
Stroud. To the right side and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Hey, here we go. Kill, kill.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here we go. 26.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Hey, kill, kill. Kill, kill. 47. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. 1 hit. Here we go, 46.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, kill, kill. Hey, kill, kill. 26.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go, 47. Hey, 47. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why?
Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Look at hot. Look at hot. Why Tony? 11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
From the gun, to give to Mixon. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Stroud looking to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Here we go. What do you think?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Right back to him on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple.
We're going to 54. Wide in.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Kill. Here we go, 46.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Kill. We're going to 53. 26.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
So 2nd down, and this defense certainly going to sell out to stop the run.
Yeah, here we go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
All right.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's 2nd down.
All right. Thank you, Texas.
Now Stroud. That is caught by Dell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's 1st and 10.
South.
Stroud. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage there in the end zone, and it's been like that all game long. And now, down 2 scores, I imagine they'll try again, but it'll just be for posterity's sake.
Stroud to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. One final shot for C.J. Stroud. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. So this one will end in a victory.